Hello Internet, Final Fantasy fans, welcome back to another video as part of the Shadowbringers playlist, I think is the best way I can describe it at this point. This is not the 5.4 MSQ, this is in fact going to be a little bit of bonus quest. We had a bonus quest with Ciela ages ago now, and I've been informed in the comment sections of previous videos that she's got a new one for me. I didn't know about this, probably because I didn't read the patch notes. And I am super behind with FF14 content. We are way past the previous 3 videos now. Christmas is gone. I'm behind because Christmas has been, let's say, a bit hectic, shall we? I think that's fair enough to say. So, just going to fiddle with the volume a little bit. Let's see what she's got for us. Obviously, this was fairly important. The last Ciela quest that we had was pretty important stuff in terms of fleshing out the lore and the story of the first. Safekeeping. Just seeing if I recognize any of these people. Yeah, these are the Warriors of Light from the first. Ciela appears surprised, but not displeased to see us. Make sure I'm recording everything okay, because I've had some disasters over the holiday period. Ba-ba-bum-bum-bum-bum. If it isn't Demagen, loitering about the stairs just like any old evening. And here I was worried that you'd gone back to your world for good, and I was too late. It's just that I've been thinking about the crystals belonging to the Warriors of Light. I hear they ended up with you after you lot defeated the Virtues. I assume you have Ardberts as well? As well as Ardberts. Indeed. That does seem... Oh, yes, of course, because we gave it to Seto, didn't we? Indeed, that does seem appropriate. His bond with Seto is deep and enduring. As for the others, I'd hoped you might be persuaded to leave them in my care. Why? It was only right that they, like Ardbert, should accompany you on your journey to set this world back on its proper course. Yet you now have a home you must return to, while the first is theirs. After all they did to keep it safe, they deserve to be here to see what its future holds. True. But I don't trust you, Ciela. Oh, the sad face! Oh, don't make that face. I know it's a big decision, but it needn't fall entirely to you. There are others here who care for the Warriors of Light as much as you do, aren't there? True. Quest accepted. Speak with Giotts. Oh no, it's Dwarven voice time. Goop, goop, goop. Role playing. Some damn fine ale. How many should I order for you? I know you ain't much of a drinker, so 6, 7. There's no ale in mine. What? You want help deciding the fate of Lamet's crystal? And the others too? Does this place have any bigger tankards? Well, if you insist, Louis owes me drinks, plural, so I'll make sure he joins us. Maybe find Granson while I'm at it. You go on and wait for Kerrigan Tainer. Wander around while I'm out, you hear? Certainly, I'm aware that Giot is supposed to be female. But she's a dwarf. Kerrig, Tainer. Does Tainer have anything to say? Giot seems excited. Should I be concerned? Maybe. Good to see you, Demagen. What did you say that is Giot so worked up? The crystals, eh? That does sound like a conversation worth getting everyone together for. Did Louis really promise to pay for Giot's drinks? That's a disaster in the making. Not just her, it rounds for the lot of us. Might be the lad yet has a few things to learn about coin and the scarcity thereof. Still, I'll not turn down his generosity. Go and tell the barkeep we'll be needing food now for the table. Fine, but please try to exercise some restraints. I'll not carry you back to the room again. Hi all. Here we are. Oops, that's the wrong voice. Here we are. How much of a head start did you get? Should I ask him to bring out the cask? I reckon we should hear Demagen out first. Nod. This is how I teach. So, you're telling me that barmaid was one of Nilbert's companions, not to mention the Shadowkeeper, and from a different world? That's laying it on a bit thick. It certainly raises questions. Quite, such as how she retains her youthful visage. Not that. I have my suspicions about her. The other night I was at the counter quaffing my ale, having a grand time, and next I realise I'm outside without guilt to my name. And it ain't the first time. Could only be the power that... Yes! That is entirely it, Gyatz. And not that you drink enough to fill a small army. If Demagen says it's true, I'm inclined to believe her. Which leaves us with the matter of entrusting the crystals to her. She's right that this was Brandon's home. The others too. And it's home to their most important memories. Not all of them good, maybe, but everyone they love is laid to rest here. I agree. Nilbert belongs here. Arbert's crystals were Seto. In this world, Lamet would want to be near. And Ray as well, I think. She'd want to be with her friends in the place that she loved. Nod. It seems we all agree. Nod again. A toast then! To the Warriors of Light! Oh, God. Comedy editing! Oh, I missed that. Shoot. Drink up, I'm paying, and as bounty hunters, I expect you all to take proper advantage of that. I hate to disappoint, but I'm not much for alcohol. This juice looks nice, though. That's not juice. Oh, that's not. Excuse me. Nice little bit of motion capturing there. What was it? Oh, he's still breathing. How did you manage this? Twice the mess in half the time as normal patrons, I swear. Warrior of Light, mate. I overheard your conversation, by the way. Do you agree with your friends? Yes. These crystals are yours, Storykeeper. Their legacies are safe with me. You have my word. Maybe not so safe with the drunkards. Oh. Oh. Nice music playing. Thank you. I can feel them. They're memories. Why? Why, damn it? You're all just like Albert. I betrayed you, I manipulated you, and still. You thought of me as a comrade, a friend, until the very end. The nature of heroism. I did warn you. Yep. My head. Have they all got something to say? I forgot that the others were over here. A week's worth of earnings? How is this possible? This is why I don't drink. We finally managed to clean up after you lot, for the most part. Perhaps next time we should sit down and tarpaulin. Nevertheless, I'm grateful to you for entrusting these to me. As long as I live, I will never stop sharing the true tale of the Warriors of Light. Of my friends. The quest, The Hero's Journey, will now be made available. In order to accept it, you must have completed the Chronicles of a New Era quest, Thok Around the Clock, a Fiendish Likeness, a Deific Simulacrum, and Demonic Duplicates. I'm just going to take a photo of that because I have no idea whether I've completed those. Thok Around the Clock. A Fiendish Likeness, a Deific Simulacrum, and Demonic Duplicates. Fiendish Likeness, Deific Simulacrum, and a Demonic Duplicate. Those are the Warring Triad quests, aren't they? A new chapter of New Game Plus has been added. Where is that? The Hero's Journey quest. Hold on, the Hero's Journey FFXIV 5.4. Ah! Bismarck X, Ravana EX, the Warring Triad series. I have no idea. Have I done those? I haven't, have I? Aren't they the ones that the Unukalhai, what's his face in Rising Stones has been trying to give me for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? Who actually starts it? Ciela gives it, so I definitely haven't got the prerequisites done. Right, I've done Fiendish Likeness, a Deific Simulacrum, and a Demonic Duplicate. I've done the Warring Triad. I think. Haven't I? Let's go find out how little content I've done, shall we? He's in here, isn't he? Yeah. This is what happens when you don't do some of the kind of radio content. What have you got to offer? Oh, I haven't done Thok Around the Clock either. Right. Okay. And I need to do Ravana EX as well. Can I solo those at level 80? Don't know. Either way, do not like I can do a lot more of this until I've been and got those done. So, and we are back. Thank you very much to Ozuthrax and Yuki from my free company for helping me get those extreme primals done. It took a while. I rather foolishly decided to queue up for it normally. 40 minutes of queuing, and I quickly realised that actually I wasn't getting anywhere with that. So I made for the first time ever, I made my own party finder, completely forgetting that I could have just asked the free company guys instead. So we can now access the hero's journey. I have no idea whether this is going to be a long quest or what. Ciela is not finished with you yet. Seeing the lot of you together like this, it reminds me of the old days. Ardbert and the rest drinking and bickering and laughing, drove each other half mad at times, but there was never any question of who'd be there when times got tough. Can't help but wonder, can I? If I'd had companions like that back home, could it have been saved? I'm not the only one who tried, though. I'm not the only one who tried, though each of us stood alone. There was Unukalhai. We've met. He was working with Elidibus at the time. Yes, he too was one would-be saviour of the 13th and was spared his fated demise by Ascian devices. We spoke once after the destruction of our world. If the others could be saved, we thought we yet had parts to play. What he's up to now that Elidibus is gone, though, I have no idea. Has he found himself a new role, as I have, or does he feel as adrift as we were back then? If you encounter him in the source, I ask that you help find a way forward, just as you have helped all of us here. Ah, so this is why we needed to get those quests out of the way, because we're going to actually help him move forward. I've spoken in previous videos about the fact that he's just there, that there's been no movement with his plotline. We've had little dribbles of information when we've completed actually quests on the first. I love this piece of music. I finished putting together earlier today my video game award thingies that I do at the end of every year. And I changed the categories up from last year purely because I didn't have a whole lot of time to put it together. Of course, Shadowbringers got its own category because I feel it's kind of unfair to, have a category for story-driven games, for example. And, based on how Shadowbringers or how Final Fantasy XIV in general goes, I feel like it's unfair to constantly just slot that in at the top of the list, so I've put it in its own category. But I haven't put a music category in this year, just because I haven't had time. Assassin's Creed Valhalla has some astounding music. Even in the few hours that I've played of it, it's got some brilliant music. It's really, really good. Brilliant for evoking the tone and atmosphere that they're going for. But of course, Shadowbringers has had, the theme that we got when fighting Elidibus. And actually, I put that section in the video, but obviously without the music. And it's because I didn't have any kind of footage handy. I went and just downloaded one of my old episodes, and I was trying to find the place to kind of start and stop the cut so I could slice it into my awards video. And just found myself kind of bopping along. Am I allowed to say bopping? Does that make me seem old? I am old. It's fine. But of course, then I watched all of the fight, the Azem Crystal, the kind of Emmett Selk appearance at the end, and it's really weird in the video because it's got me here in the corner, but obviously it doesn't have any of the audio that goes with it. It's just got me doing a voiceover over the top, and it's really incongruous for me to watch because I can hear my voice and see me, but they're not doing the same. Anyway, I'm talking about things that are completely unrelated to what the actual job at hand here is. Unukalhai. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. I've always pronounced it Unukalhai. Unukalhai? It's one of those things that I've spoken before about the fact that a lot of the side quest content in FF14 isn't voiced, and therefore you don't necessarily know how things are pronounced. And I understand why they do it, because voice actors are expensive. The number of languages this game has to be translated into are expensive. In terms of file size, voice acting is tiny compared to stuff like video. I don't know. I expect it's just a cost thing. But if there is an actual way of pronouncing this guy's name, do let me know in the comments below where I can find this information. Because it really annoys me not knowing how to pronounce things right. One of my lasting memories of Final Fantasy XI, I've done nothing in this video except talk. Final Fantasy XI, no voice acting whatsoever in that game, and going through some of the zones which have got quite fanciful names. You know, I'd always had in my head a particular way of pronouncing them, and I was talking to my best friend who also played it with me back then about FF11, probably 6 months or so ago now, and we started talking about, you know, the zones and stuff, and he was talking about a zone. It's like, where's that? What are you talking about? And then I realised that in his head, he'd been pronouncing the names of these zones in a completely different way to me, because we got no frame of reference except our own understanding of how phonetics and, you know, language phonemes, building blocks of sound, are constructed. It was really, really funny. But again, I seem to be doing this a lot. It looks like I'm trying to bat a fly away, doesn't it? Unukalhai. Unukalhai? Well met, Demagen. What brings you here today? I met with Ciela. Louis-Ange did apprise me of your travels in the first, and of what became of Elidibus at long last. But I was not aware that you were working with Silver. Oh yeah, that's her actual name. Do we know that? I consider her a comrade of sorts, though our time together was short. Looking upon the twisted remains of the world you tried to save creates a bond that few can understand. At the time, we spoke of what we could hope to achieve with our newfound immortality, and of our regrets. Though I then believed what has happened to be the natural result of my age and inexperience, I now think this was merely the least painful explanation I could offer myself. Silver is right. We ought to have sought each other out before it was too late. I would not make the same mistake again. With the Warring Triad gone, I am indeed in need of new purpose, but to seek it alone is folly. I should like to speak with Silver, assuming such a thing is possible. As I mentioned, she understands how I feel more than any other. All I require is your soul. There may be a way. You speak of the spirit vessel, correct? The means by which the signs return to the source. If I understand the principles at work correctly, then it was a near miracle that you succeeded in bringing them back without killing them. If Elidibus is to be believed, however, my current state makes me something of an exception in matters of life and death. In which case there is naught to be lost from making the attempt. Please, say you'll help. Nod. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing! The Demagen story. We need an expert in spirit vessels. Trial? Oh, holy shit! I'm initiating a link pearl conversation. When was the last time we did that? Pray forgive the delay. Thou didst seek my counsel, Unukalhai. You are not an expert in anything. Aye, the gifts granted Unukalhai by Hydaelyn and the Ascians may prove a boon in easing the transition. However, I know not to what extent nor what I might befall thy spirit. Nor what might befall thy spirit should it be lost betwixt worlds. I have no idea how to put an extra I in there. Nevertheless, I know that this is my path forward. Please, Unukalhai. Very well, if thou dost believe it, very well, if thou believest that thou shalt find new purpose in the first, I will do all in my power to see thee safely there. We shall be but a few moments. Mayhap a worthy tome might keep thee occupied while I perform the necessary magics. Go and read a book, Demagen. Maybe learn something. A decent spot? Find a decent spot to await Unukalhai's return. Well played. Well played. This room seems very, very empty without Minfilia. "'Tis done. Pray guard his vessel well." Unukalhai is as I and the other scions were on the first, a soul without form, yet no true body. 'Twas thus a simple matter. Thus 'twas a simple matter to transfer him to the vessel using the self-same process as before. To withdraw his essence once across the rift ought to prove similarly straightforward. However, I fear that such an existence cannot sustain itself indefinitely. Look to the Ascians' example. Their persistent use of flesh and blood vessels surely hath cause. Be it danger akin to that which would have befallen us had we not required to the source, I know not. But the time may come when the boy requireth a fully corporeal form. Should this come to pass, I trust that thou shalt come to his aid. Nod! For the moment, however, thou needst only convey the spirit vessel to Becklug. Farewell, both of thee. Bye, Unukalhai. I love how everybody spins on their heels in this. Can I return? Spell ready in less than 30 seconds. That's typical, isn't it? I've not really looked at this map of Norvrant properly. This isn't the same script as we use in Eorzu, is it? It's a different one. What are all these representative of? When's the Encyclopedia Eorzea Volume 3 due out? It is Volume 3 that's next, isn't it? That's going to have lots of interesting stuff about the Ascians and the First and Elidibus and Emet-Selch. Right, we're going to Cabinet of Curiosity, which I happen to know is a Aetheryte or Ethernet shard. That's what they're called. Had to think about that. Where is Becklug? Becklug, where are you? Good doggy. Aha! Back again, are you? I'm flattered that you've grown so fond of Norvrant. Well, it would be, but you have that expression you don't always wear when you're about to ask me for something. Best not tell anyone else about this, lest you suddenly find yourself everyone's first choice in interworld ferry services. First and only choice. You did what? After all of the perils your friends faced and the labours we undertook to return them to your world, you brought another soul across the rift. Have you no common sense? No. Magics? Nope. Clearly. Nevertheless, for my own peace of mind, I'll assume you have a compelling reason for this. Removing spirit from vessel will be easily enough. It will be easy enough, I suppose. However, it requires a few moments without your breathing down my neck. Also, your friend is unlikely to materialize with clothes on, so I doubt they'll want an audience. You should wait here. Perhaps take the opportunity for some self-reflection. Is there a decent spot to wait? Oh, very well. At least I tried. I'll find you at the Wandering Stairs directly then. Speak with Ciela. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.